everybody, and welcome to this week's video. Today I'm going to be going through things that I think would make really excellent gifts and sort of my own thought process when I'm giving a gift, sort of who I'm giving a gift to. I think that it's something that I've always really loved. I love actually taking the time to sit down and think about a person and get them something that's really going to mean something, which oftentimes is really hard, especially with, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna be 25, so it's my 25th Christmas. You know, it's, you start to run out of ideas. And I'm really feeling that. In this video, I do want to give you guys a bunch of like really unique and sort of special things that you can get people for Christmas this year. I really believe in sustainable gifts and things that won't have a huge impact on the planet. You know, every year at Christmas, there's so much paper and so many boxes and so much product just sort of sitting around. So if you take the time to look and shop locally, to also look at brands that have less of a carbon footprint, that is something that I think is absolutely wonderful. I think that jewelry is always a really classic gift that you can give to somebody for the holidays, and Ana Luisa is a brand that I absolutely love. So they craft really high quality jewelry at affordable prices. The brand is based in New York, and I feel like they have just a really chic New York vibe that just adds like an elegance to any sort of streetwear, or if you're, you know, going for a job or if you're going for a night out, it just has that very subtle elegance. They have pieces that start from just $39.99. Shipping in the US is free. Outside of the US, it is very affordable. Another thing I love about them is that they're carbon neutral, so their packaging and their products are just a little bit better for the planet, which I think is great. For Black Friday, Ana Luisa is having a huge sale of up to 30% off. The more that you buy, the more that you save. If you're looking for, you know, gifts for Christmas, or even if you're doing a bridal party or have graduations coming up, these are all gonna make really nice gifts. So Black Friday is going to be the perfect time to shop because they have exclusive discounts that are only available during this period. So if you're looking to grab some luxury jewelry at an unbeatable price, Ana Luisa's Black Friday sale is where you want to be. These pieces are stunning, and it's the best time to treat yourself or shop for gifts with this limited time offer. So if you guys are watching this probably around or near Black Friday, go check out their website because these deals, they aren't gonna last long and stock does start to run low. So if you're interested, please click on the link below. I think what's really great about sort of my experience giving gifts is that there have been years where I've had absolutely no money, and other years where I was working and I had a little bit more influx of cash. So I think that a lot of these gift ideas are sort of like thoughtful. You can take them up or you can take them down, and I think that they really just make good gifts. Also, I forgot to say this at the beginning. If you're my family, if you are related to me at all, I need you to click off this video because I'm gonna be spilling what I'm getting you for Christmas, and we can't have that. So everybody who's in my family, I'll wait, leave. You can watch it later. I know you're my biggest fans and that's beautiful, but you cannot watch this video. Okay, thank you. So some of my favorite gifting categories are things that are local to the area. So anything that has to do with with food or drink, I think if you can tailor it to that specific city that you're coming from, it is such a great idea. So for example, my brother, he absolutely loves gin. That is one of his favorite cocktails. And thankfully I live in England where gin is like the #1 thing on the shelves. It's where gin was created. And there are so many really cool distilleries that are nearby. You know, if I wanted to get him something sort of bigger, you could go for like a really nice bottle of gin. He has a favorite brand, I know, but you know, I think sometimes with gift giving, I always like to go in with the mantra of sometimes people just want what they want, but then sometimes there is something fun with a gift where you give them like something they really love, but a twist on it. So if I was going for gin, I could just go to the store and get him his favorite bottle, which I think I'll probably end up doing. Or I could actually find, you know, a new distillery that he hasn't tried before in like a, you know, a really cool seasonal flavor or something like that. And sort of accessories for that type of gift, you know, I know he already has glasses, but sort of like a nice glass to put that drink into, you know, if that person really likes that cocktail. Or you can do cocktail mixers. They have all of these really cool places that sort of have like drink mixers already done that you can order, which a gin and tonic it doesn't have any mixer in it, except it's just gin and tonic and like a lime. I think, I don't know, I don't make cocktails, but I just drink them. And so another thing that you can do with this is food. So like, for example, I know my grandfather, he really loves mince pies. And last year I was sort of like in a big rush to get him something because I had this huge project due. And to be honest, I just like completely forgot about Christmas for a while. And so I believe I got him like mince pies from Waitrose, which is nice. But if I wanted to elevate that a little bit more this year, you could go to sort of like a big famous store that does them. So this year I will be taking myself down to like Fortnum & Mason's, which is a really iconic store in London, and they do absolutely beautiful gifts. This could even be something like if you wanted to go to a local food market and, you know, closer to the date and find something local, like if somebody really loves biscuits, or I'm obviously flying across the country, so I have to be like lightly cautious about how long things will last. However, finding something actually local that was made and sold in a market is, I think, always really fun because it's completely unique and you can't find that anywhere else. And for example, so my cousin and I were walking through Portobello Road Market when she came to London, and they have, if you don't know about this, it's the biggest outdoor market in Europe, I believe, and it just goes on for blocks and blocks and blocks in Notting Hill. And she really liked these like little watches that they had, and they weren't expensive, but it was like a really pretty little gift. So she couldn't find one that day that she really liked, but she sort of mentioned the ones that she did, and I sort of took note of that, and I'm going to go back and find her that watch that she really likes. It may take me a minute, and it won't, it won't break the bank for me, which is nice this year because I'm a student, but it's something really thoughtful and that I'll feel really good about giving. Same with, it's sort of like knowing the personality of the person that you're getting a gift for too. So like, I have completely different tastes than some people. Like I have this cousin who really loves like costume jewelry, which is like super not my thing, but if I go into a thrift store and I find something really like eclectic and cool, I know she'll absolutely love it, that it'll be a hit. So yeah, that's something that I always think about. The next thing is books. I think books make an excellent gift. And actually I have a couple of books here that I got from people who came to visit me. So my friend Claire brought me this, and her mom actually found it like in Georgia, I believe. That's where she's from, or maybe South Carolina. And it's Drink Like a Local in London. It's a little guide, and it was such a thoughtful, lovely little gift. And it has all of these different neighborhoods that have sort of these iconic pubs and wine bars, and that's something that I really love to do. So I now have this book that I can like pull out, and it's a physical thing, and every time I look at it, it reminds me of Claire, and that's something that's always a really nice gift to receive. And again, it's not something that's going to break the bank, but it's something that really means a lot to me, and it's one of my favorite gifts. This also has to do with things that are like thrifted or vintage. I think that these things are really overlooked. Christmas it's a very over-consumed time, and if you can find something for someone that is secondhand or vintage, I think that it's a really nice gift. I mean, I think that the sentiments of sort of like, it being used is sort of, we're moving past that a little bit more, because I actually think I like something that's secondhand because it means that the person really took the time to go find something and thought about me in that process. So like, this was actually given to me by my grandfather, and it's just a vintage book, and he wrote like a little note inside of it, and it's all about England and where I live, and it's about histories, and it was written a really long time ago, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of my most treasured possessions, so something sentimental like that just really can make a big difference. Also, if you're just like going to a bookshop and trying to find stuff, like getting a new hot book is always fun. Considering what genre they like, everybody likes getting a book, I think, unless you don't read. Then you wouldn't like getting a book. I think I'm generalizing. I think actually a lot of people would not like getting a book. Maybe that's a bad idea. Another really thoughtful gift that you can get is sort of like a book based on a topic they really like. So I know that my dad really likes history, and I actually don't think that he's read this book that I got him last year, which is a bit annoying. But I did get him a book, and I thought it was a really good gift idea because it was all about like the history of humans, and it looked really interesting, and it was sort of like these bite-sized little chapters, because my dad is like, he has a hard time actually sitting down and reading a book all the way through. Like, he just doesn't have a whole lot of time. So I sort of thought about like, oh, he likes to read like little snippets, so I knew that he could get like a little bit here, a little bit there, and he still hasn't read it. But anyway, I think that was a thoughtful gift on my part. And then a really underrated thing that I think comes around for Christmas is getting somebody something like really, really nice that they want instead of like a million like sort of little things. So if you're looking for something like that, I've been working with the brand Saison for a while, and every single thing that they make in that store is absolutely beautiful, and it lasts a long time, and it's sustainable, and it's just really chic and wearable for most women. So if you're looking for something like that, like maybe for a mom or a grandmother, like this store is a really great place to look. I do have an affiliate link with them, just to say, but if you're looking for something, like their cardigans are genuinely a really good gift, and they also have these beautiful scarves that I think anybody would be like really touched that you thought of them, and it's just something really beautiful to have in your wardrobe that's gonna last a really long time. Another really great gift idea that I think is really fun and won't like have a huge, impact, because I do find like with Christmas that things do start to pile up, and like sometimes actual physical stuff is hard to get for people, but a restaurant gift card or tickets to go see a show or some sort of local thing, I think is really fun and thoughtful, and it gives something for somebody to look forward to. This is always a go-to for me because I love to go out to eat and I love to go see shows, and I know my family is the same way, but this can even be good for friends, for partners, that kind of thing. I think that's just always a good route to go. Another thing that my family has done in years past that I think is really like a fun gift that just like keeps on giving is subscriptions. So my brother, he a couple years ago like got a Spotify Premium as a family plan, and that is something really thoughtful that he does. And like I think I did that one year. I think I got us Hulu because we didn't have it. Yeah, it's sort of, with your family, that is something that you have to commit to, because I do think that he is still paying that Spotify bill, and I'm definitely still paying the Hulu bill. However, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And it's not that much money, and it's something nice that I do for my family because they do a lot. They do so much for me. Also, something that I think is super underrated is a magazine subscription. People don't really buy magazines anymore, not the people like that I know, and I absolutely love getting a magazine. It's so fun. If you know a person's address, just get them a magazine subscription to something that they're really interested in. Maybe if they're really into fashion, you could get them a subscription to Vogue. Or maybe they really like to read about cultural things. Get them a subscription to The New Yorker. Like having a really, like a physical thing that comes every month won't break the bank. I think it's a really thoughtful and unique gift to give somebody. So, and then just like the last couple of things, I think that like if you're buying for somebody younger than you, just like little household appliances, like that would always be appreciated for somebody like me. That's sometimes hard because like you don't really know what people have in their house, but if someone mentions like, oh, like sometimes I have a hard time sleeping, a really great gift, a weighted blanket. Fabulous gift. I don't think I've ever met anybody who didn't like a weighted blanket. Fabulous gift. Another thing for me, if you have a student living in the UK who doesn't have a dryer, can you see that? Actually, I'm gonna mess up you can see it in this corner, but I have an electric clothes dryer. I did buy it for myself because I was in desperate need to dry my clothes, but like something like that is one of the best things that I have in my house right now. Like it is, I genuinely don't know what I would do without it. Another really great gift that I've always sort of gravitated towards is a print. So I have interned with like different artists over the years that I really loved their work, and it meant a lot to me. So sort of having that around is something that I would often buy for myself. But find out if somebody really loves a certain place. I did this for my mom a couple years ago. I was living in Edinburgh, and I got her this absolutely beautiful print, and I got it framed for her to have in the house to sort of just like be a little reminder. And then she was planning a trip to come see me in Edinburgh. So, if someone had a really big trip that they were going on coming up, or some place that's meaningful, I think an art print, even if it's small, like sometimes you can get those little like postcards. I have a bunch of them sort of up here. They're not expensive, and then if you get them framed, it's a really sweet, little memento for somebody that's like a little bit more elevated, a little bit more chic, one could say. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun sort of discussing, you know, my more like thoughtful, vintage, sustainable gift ideas with you. If you have any ideas for your fellow people, leave them down below. And just to say again that the Ana Luisa sale, if you are interested in that, it is going to be ending soon and stock does run low. So definitely go check that out in the description or comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. And remember, Lisa says to have fun.